Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers, is brought to you by Scoville.com. Try Scoville.com's hot sauce subscription box, where you pick the heat, flavor, and food pairings you want in your box. Get 1 or 3 bottles delivered to your door each month. Choose your heat level, flavor profile, and food pairings. And it's completely customizable each month. You no longer have to worry about getting sauces you don't like or won't use. Scoville.com specially curates each month's box based on your personal preferences. And best of all, High Desert Sauce Co., Butterfly Bakery of Vermont, and Irish Spike's unique hot sauces are all available at Scoville.com. Welcome to Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers. Welcome to part 2 of our conversation from last week.
Do you have any hot sauce hot takes?
Hot takes? Well, what? Give me an example of what a hot take is.
Like things that you believe Truffles. About hot sauce that or the world that the rest of the hot sauce believes that you're like no, or everybody else is like no and you're like yes. So like truffles are a good example of like, people like truffles and I hate truffles. Or like one of my hot takes, which is definitely a hot take because almost nobody agrees with me, is I would rather have a hot sauce that's too thin than too thick.
Yeah, that is a hot take. Because you're talking to the thickest girl on the market, I think. She's thick.
I like to be able to pour my sauce. I hate fighting with the bottom.
I hear you. And I see that when people try to pour our sauce out. And that's something where like co-packers and I have like, we're like this. And like, with our co-packer, they were like, here's what we're doing to make your sauce thinner. I'm like, you know what? You're packing the sauce. So make it as thin as you want. I was like, as long as you're not making food waste, like,
Yeah.
So they actually they let our ginger sit in the vinegar for at least 24 hours, which like macerates it a little bit, it like quickles it. And that's, cool. Yeah. And it's got a really cool tangy taste that I enjoy describing at markets that I'm like, I actually have never seen it happen. I'm going to go see it happen this summer. Nice. Okay, I do have a hot take now that I understand what the hot take is. I was like, I could take hot takes left and right, but just tell me which direction. Okay, so this hot take has nothing to do with like technique or flavor or even like texture, but my hot take is I really don't believe in firsts or bests. So when I was coming up with my business pitch, everyone's like, what's your unique value proposition? Which is a thing that I never care to talk about because what the heck is that? And so my first swing at it was, DJABLO sauce is the first Filipino hot sauce to be made in small batches, in Queens, New York. That was and I think it still stands true. But then I started to think about it, and I did so much research. I was like, is anyone else making Filipino hot sauce in the U.S.? Because everyone's like, what problem are you solving? What space are you filling? What void? And I have now 6 years down the road started to understand that even if I was the first, I won't be the last. And someone might not think that I'm the first because someone else might have been making it like I just don't think that you can possibly be the person to call yourself that. Because you don't know, like, we really don't know, like, someone could have been making Filipino hot sauce in the U.S. before Filipino set foot. I don't know. I'm just saying. And then another question that people always ask is like, what makes it Filipino? And I'm like,
she just pointed at herself for the listener.
And I grinned. But I've started to edit myself when I am talking about my UVP. There's so many 3-letter things. People are like, what's your ROI? You're blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
oh man, I can't keep it straight.
Yeah, no. Also that and cash transactions. Today at the market, I was like, can people just tap to pay? So my inventory, I can't, I literally have a pad on the table and I'm taking notes as I'm talking to people because I'm like, I just need to know what I'm doing so that later I can look at my inventory and be like, what the heck did I sell? Yeah, sorry, that was a tangent. my hot take is that there's a seat at the table for all of us. Claire, even if like we're collaborating on a recipe and you and I are making the same recipe in your kitchen and my kitchen, I guarantee you there's going to be a difference.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So I think it's more so that like we need to make the playing field better for the next people that are like I want the next person making Filipino hot sauce to not have as many questions or as many like unknowns as I did. Because it's so isolating and you feel like you have to flex and be something that you're not. And I'm so proud to just be like, I'm learning. and there are a lot of things that I have done first. And I'm so happy to share, you know, if it's helpful to someone else and will help them do what they want to do better. Sure. But like, yeah, it's hard for me now to be like, cause I think that saying that you're the first or the one that does it best, because, you know, like that's like New York is full of like #1 Ray's pizza, best pizza Ray. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why I don't do I've never submitted our sauce for an awards, and I don't have any issue about anybody who does, but that's why I don't do it, because I just don't like that kind of competition.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, this judge likes this one better, or this judge likes this one better, and I don't know. It always seems like there's people like, I don't know how that won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
But so I have a really funny relationship with competition. I love competition. I hate winning or losing.
Wow. You like the game.
I like the game. I like the game. And I hate, in part I hate winning or losing against someone else. Like I hate it when I lose and then I feel like crap and somebody's like, haha, I won. And I was like, I feel like crap. But then I also, if I win, then they feel like crap and I feel like crap because they feel like crap, and I just want to enjoy my win.
Yeah.
And whereas the game is a lot
Yes. And because so, you're competing against yourself in the game.
Right.
You're
and
the
just
one
making
that's like,
myself better.
Yeah.
So like I've even been like, you know, so I have this unique way of sourcing ingredients, and I have been talking to a lot of people about how I want more people to source their ingredients like I do, and source their ingredients from small farms and source their ingredients sustainably and like all that fun stuff. And I want to teach people how to do that because there's lots of reasons why I want to teach people how to do that, but in part because like if my farms are stronger, like I have a more robust sourcing network, you know, it's less fragile. And then also because it's going to make all the food better, taste better. It's going to support our farms and keep more land in agriculture, which will give us a more resilient food system. And like all sorts of good things will happen. But also if everybody is sourcing their food this way, then I have to figure out how to be even better.
Yeah.
Because if nobody is doing what I'm doing, then I'm like, I'm good. And I can just like sit here on my little like throne of like, wow, my stuff is amazing. And I can, you know, use that first best line. But if everybody's doing what I'm doing, then I just have to become better. Yeah. And like, cool. That's more fun.
See? I think that my hot take is the same as your hot take.
Yeah, I think we all have that. It's a really good one.
And
I don't think we've had.
Yeah, I feel like, well, and it's just a recent, like, I think that I might have started thinking about this maybe like a month or so ago, because, you know, I know that being a Filipino hot sauce is a unique thing, but I also, like, one of my favorite reviews of us on the internet is honestly kind of gross. Like, you know why? Because as good as I think my sauce is, as proud as I am, it's honestly kind of gross to someone else, and that's fine. Like, I don't think that they're lying. I'm not going to sue them for defamation. Right. It's gross. That your palate is your palate. Yeah. And if it's honestly kind of gross to you, that means I did something right by me. You know what I mean?
I love that.
But I would also say that I do think that there's merit to being the first in something, and not like as being a groundbreaker, not like, oh, I'm the first and the first is the best, but just when you're the first, you're breaking trail, you're doing the thing that's harder, you're figuring it out for yourself. And like, yeah, there might be somebody else who did Filipino hot sauce sooner or in some other place, but both of you figured it out totally independently. Yeah. I'm Claire George. I own Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. We make hot sauce, mustard, cookies, and granola, and 100% of our products are made with Vermont ingredients. The thing that I hear most often from people is that my hot sauce tastes like the peppers that are in it. We do really simple recipes that don't get too crazy and nitpicky, just to really accentuate the flavor of the peppers that are in there. The unique thing about our hot sauces is how much we feature the farm and the relationship with the farm and really bring the terroir of Vermont to our hot sauces. I am pretty sure I am the #1 purchaser of Vermont-grown chili peppers. I would love it if there would be a legitimate pepper market in Vermont where people would know Vermont for its peppers. We're all better for supporting each other. You know, and I think that part really shows itself with the collaborations that I do with the other businesses and the other farms, that I love working together and coming up with new ideas and presenting each other with new challenges. And I think overall that's the attitude here. And I absolutely love it because that's my attitude. I try to live my life with love. The ingredients that I use, I would say that my values are reflected in that, that I use ingredients that, again, feel good, feel loving, feel supportive. The relationship with the farmer was how it all began. If I changed the reason for it being, if I went out and bought some commodity peppers, you know, it might not be as good.
You can find Butterfly Bakery of Vermont hot sauce, mustard, granola, and cookies at butterflybakeryvt.com.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. And that person's recipe is their Filipino hot sauce. And my recipe is my Filipino hot sauce. And there's enough room. Like, if you go to the Philippines, there are so many variations of like what they view as hot sauce, as banana ketchup. Banana ketchup is like the country condiment. And like, you go, I will text you both a picture. It is literally of a banana ketchup ball. And I'm like, we need more of these.
And banana ketchup's a thing up in Canada too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check it out. Yeah. I mean,
hey, you guys, I hate to jump in, but there's a little, no, this is a little something that I don't want to forget to say. I just was talking to, I don't know if you guys ever work with Magic Plant, but they've got plantain vinegar, and I just got some this week.
I love banana vinegar. So I have been on a great vinegar hunt, and I have been trying every vinegar I can possibly try, and I love a banana vinegar. So good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to try that. But plantain, where are they?
They're out of Tennessee. We use them for our peppers. They're great. They've been fantastic. I'd like to get them on the podcast. I don't know why I haven't.
You should. Well, look at that. We got the next guest.
There we go.
I'm not on.
But we're working on a Caribbean ketchup, and that's what I'm probably going to put that in it. So that's why.
I can't wait to try it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited. Yeah, banana vinegar is where it's at. So good.
Awesome.
My mother-in-law makes fruit, it's called ketchup. She's Canadian, and it's called ketchup, and it's not banana ketchup, but it's chunky. It looks in the jar like a salsa. But it's like, this is like Quebec ketchup, and it has sugar, so I haven't eaten it. But like, we have jars of it because she sends it down with us, and my husband likes it, and it's just wild to me when you think about like how different ketchup has been throughout the entire existence of ketchup, and then we created this like weird Heinz thing, which like is like, it's what we identify as ketchup, but that's like historically not what ketchup has been.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a ketchup network. Like, are there ketchup podcasts?
No, and no mustard ones either. Like, I want mustard. I want there to be a mustard community and mustard love, and there's a mustard museum. But that's not it.
I went on an epic trip to France long story short, my mother was born in Paris, and my great-grandmother is buried in France. And apparently the way that graves work there, you have to go back every 30 years and re-rent your grave because there are a lot of bodies in France. So in 2017, we had to renew the lease on my great-grandmother's grave. So my husband, my mom, and I went to Paris, and we took a little trip to Dijon because we love mustard. Oh, yes. And we ate mustard on everything, and we created a condiment. And like, anyone can take this idea because I don't know how to do it. You should do this. But we made bustard. It's butter and mustard, and it's so good.
Wow!
it tastes like you just mix, because all the butter there is like room temperature. So it's already like, so it's kind of like a Dijonnaise, I guess, but it's with butter.
That sounds really British.
Actually,
you know what? It makes the first thing I thought of is I want to take your gustard and make a bagustard.
Oh, bagustard. Yeah, I think that they would be really down with that. You should run it by the band.
I am positive. I don't think I would even need to tell Ryan what bagustard was, and he would just say yes.
Can we just keep adding
bagustard?
Yeah, we'll just add things onto it. So you've got bagustard.
What would you add to bagustard?
Bagustard. What else could be added to it?
I mean, something that would keep it as a condiment. I mean, you could add like meat to it, but that's not a thing anymore.
Well, you could
bacon.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it would be
bagustard.
Baba. Oh, I was thinking Baba Gustard.
Well, then you have to add shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp.
It has shrimp in it.
Shrimp and eggplant.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in. We're going to have to steer course. We've
descended down I'm sorry, this is what happens.
I'm happy. No, this is one of the best interviews we've done in a while. This is so much fun. Hot sauce shout outs. Did you get the email
Did I get the email for this?
Yeah. Because
I will tell you,
it was sending regularly, and I don't think it is anymore.
There was an email. I got invitations to this. Was there like?
Oh, good. Okay.
I got an email saying wear headphones.
Yeah, that's the email, right?
That's the email. Good. Okay.
Was there more? Did I have to prepare homework?
Nope. Well, it does say it says to bring a hot sauce for hot sauce. It's hot sauce show and tell. So
like my hot sauce or somebody else's?
Somebody else's hot sauce.
Oh,
somebody else that you eat.
Somebody else that I eat. I'm here at the office.
But you can do a shout out.
I mean, I literally have so many different things. Hold on. Wait, can you wait like 2 seconds?
Sure.
I have to roll to the samples area.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was dreadfully underprepared by doing this. Okay. But I have a bunch of dry spices that I want to show off.
Ooh,
is that okay?
Yeah. Of
course.
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is chutney punch. I don't know if you've all met this maker.
No.
Chutney punch. I'll read you all the different. This is super sesame warm and zesty seasoning powder. I've been putting this on nuts and popcorn because I tend to forget to feed myself. I feed everyone else. This one's called Savory Chana. So this is by a South Asian maker. Oh my gosh, wait, I have to find out their name because I'm dreadfully underprepared. Hold on. Chutney punch. Founder. Sahithya. So Sahithya I met through my friend Kartik, who is the person that I'm probably inadvertently shouting out, but he makes this this Indian bar snack called Dusra, and he introduces me to everyone that is delicious. But that's how I met.
I want to be introduced to everyone who's delicious.
Yeah. Literally Kartik knows, and we have been Kartik's name is on every podcast, people. So this is my time to plug Kartik, who makes Dusra. It's an Indian bar snack, which is it's got these tiny little chickpea puffs that are coated in a tangy, spicy, green mango powder, and then they have white chocolate in them. I will send the link to it. It is a snack that I literally inhale through my nose, but I call him my brother because in our kitchen, his kitchen is behind mine. And so we'll often be cooking at the same shift, and he'll be working by himself because he's a badass. And he'll be like, Laura, I have this very expensive chocolate. Would you like to take care of it? And then I say to my team, I'm taking a break, and I just eat chocolate in the back because it's just a bowl that he can't use. And I'm just
that's a hard job.
It's a very hard job. So that's as a founder, I take that responsibility. So so he just is so super connected to a bunch of amazing South Asian makers. And I don't have a bottle of it, but there's also another South Asian hot sauce called Peepal People. Do you know her?
No.
It is so good. They were at Fancy Food at the same time as me. Alize is of Peepal People. So another who should be in our purple hairnet club. and she's a mom and she's a hot sauce maker, and she has these really amazing South Asian flavors that are dedicated to like where they're from, and like so inspired by the spices and the like techniques of their childhood. And there's so many amazing makers that are making sauces because we've all like our families have come here to this country, and we're trying to capture the flavors that have taken generations to like, you know, manufacture. So like, that's what I'm saying with like Chutney Punch and Doosra. Like they're three completely different CPG products and people. But we're all trying to like tap into our parents' core memories and experiences through our consumer packaged goods. And it's, what's great is like, we're all doing that, but we're all so different. And like,
that's awesome.
It's going to tap into someone else's core memory that might not even be Filipino or South Asian, you know?
Yeah. That's great.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Flavor Balance Heat is brought to you by High Desert Sauce Co. out of Tucson, Arizona. Zach is the owner and creative mind behind High Desert Sauce Co.'s hot sauces. He says, at High Desert Sauce Co. we make sauces that we love. The balance of bold heat and fresh flavor is the heart of our philosophy. We keep it simple by using the best ingredients we can get our hands on and letting the natural flavors run the show. High Desert Sauce Co. Just the good stuff. Visit High Desert at hdsauceco.com.
And then also I have this amazing, these are chili pepper powders from the Philippines. This is a Carolina Reaper. And this is a native Filipino pepper called Siling Labuyo. And it literally, like, if I were wearing contacts today, just from touching the bottle, I would be in trouble.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic. And I don't remember last time we've had somebody have a bunch of powders. We all bring different things. So that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. This corner of my office, that whole like drawer is just like spicy samples of things.
That's great. Yeah.
Claire, what'd you bring?
I brought the chimchar by Sam's House.
Oh, yeah. I like that one.
Yeah. And I haven't tasted it yet because I haven't opened it, but it looks really good. The ingredients sound really good. So.
Sam makes great sauce.
Yes.
I brought, I think I didn't do this one before, Hertberry Farms Starless. No, I did not do this
Starless. Ooh, is that purple?
It's like a dark, what is it? It is smoky mole style hot sauce. Oh, I remember. Yes, this is so good. I had it when we first got it in, and I thought this was a different one, but no, this is amazing. I love this.
Does anyone make blue hot sauce?
Well, what would make it blue except for
blue spirulina?
Oh, right. Well, and isn't there like a pea? Isn't there a pea flower or something?
There might be a pea flower. I don't know. I just like color, and I was like,
Well, because there's that blue kombucha. I always really like that blue kombucha, which that's spirulina and something.
So I at the market today, there was this fancy juice shop, and I just saw people carrying these cups everywhere during the market, and I was like, I'm so thirsty. Like, can someone please just get me one? And then finally, when I was walking out, they had a bunch extra, and I was like, what is the blue drink? What is the blue drink? And they were like, because I thought it was like some sort of like Taco Bell, like they have a blue drink there too, but it was not that. It was a blue spirulina drink, and it was like it was like this color blue, and I was like, should someone make a blue hot sauce?
I think DTF needs to jump on that, since the blue kombucha is a thing. They could just yeah.
Well, I've always I like having a rainbow lineup of sauces, and we have rainbows. We have like the full rainbow in labels, but like, can I have the full rainbow in sauces?
Claire?
So Claire, you're blue labeled. So when I first started, one of the things I read was that blue labels don't sell unless it's like Cool Ranch.
Yeah, I know, but
yours does. We've heard a couple times from. I think we interviewed a couple different places that sold hot sauce and talked about your blue labeled sauce and how well it sells. So
yeah, I don't think it doesn't. I mean, I think that obviously it doesn't, because there's plenty of blue labeled things out there. Doritos Cool Ranch, there's plenty of blue out there. I think that it's, if you're trying to make it look natural, then no, it wouldn't. But I mean, our case, it's blue label because it's got Switchback, and Switchback has a blue can beer, so
Well, I'm putting out our first blue label, and I'm just going to see what happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think we have a purple label. I think that's what we're missing. We used to have a purple label, and we discontinued the product, and I don't think we have anything else purple.
I like the colors of your labels.
Yeah. I like that you have a rainbow collection.
Rainbow of, well, we're working on 2-ounce bottles right now, and I really would like, I still like,
those are the questions I will continue to pester you with. Cause like literally I cannot, not with another person that's like, I'm flying. I'm just like,
Yeah. I mean, we do, the fact that you have 2 products probably make it a lot easier. We are like, honestly, we've been trying to move forward this 2-ounce product line for probably over a year. And it's just been,
do you just do a 2-ounce run? Is that what you're doing? Like,
no. So we do 2-ounce for so we tried doing 2-ounce, like, do I have one? I thought I had one over here, but I guess maybe I don't.
I thought you did too.
Well, oh yeah, here it is. This is, so we had this little bottle.
Oh, and that's the one by Birch that I was like, what is that?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Birch has this. This is really, really awful to fill, but like, that's just a manufacturing problem to solve. But what I discovered when we did some bottles this size is that it's really hard to use. It just gets stuck.
We did the same thing.
And like, it just is. And I was like, that's a no-go. Yeah. So what we ended up doing, we have a client who uses a 2-ounce French square. And its cap is the same size as our, like, you know, our big regular cap. And so they're really easy to fill. They're actually one of the easiest bottles we fill. And this client goes through thousands of these. He sells so much. And so we can do whole runs of like 7,000 of these in a day. And it's just, and so we've gotten good at it, and it's gotten easy. And so I asked him, you know, I was like, do you mind if I also sell it in this size bottle? And he was like, do I really have a choice? And I was like, well, but since I make it for you, I'm at least asking you the question as opposed to just stealing it off the shelf.
Sure.
So
yeah. Here's my question. Like I've searched on the sites. Like, how do you find that they're hot fill safe? Because like some of them don't say. Like,
oh well, I mean, any glass is hot fill safe. It's only the lid, and so you just have to have the right lid material. But
okay, yeah. Because
if you ask them, they can always tell. We use plastic, and we had to ask to get the right ones,
the right kind.
Yeah, we use a certain gauge of plastic.
Yeah, see, these are the things that I have learned by accident along the way.
Now, one difficult part about filling such small bottles is that the mass of the bottle compared to the volume fill is very different than a larger bottle, and so you get much faster temperature drop.
Oh,
because the bottle is cold.
Yeah.
And we discovered this when we had a client who decided that they wanted us to do, I think they were a half dram.
Oh.
Bottles are this big. And he was like, I just want to do this as like a marketing thing. And I was like, I'll try. And it was the most god awful experience ever. We put all the bottles into a heater. Yeah. And then we like literally would like open the door, take a bottle out, squirt in, and put it back, and like grab another one, and we would just temp each one to make sure the temperature.
That sounds like my nightmare.
It was a literal nightmare. No, it was awful. It was like, and he was like, "We do it again?" Nope, we can't.
No,
you can put plain old vinegar in there if you want, because I am not heat packing that shit.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it was really dumb.
And it's just tough because like people have so many like little tidbits of advice. They're like, you should have sample size. You should do packets. And I'm like,
what you should do?
Yeah, it's the hot takes. Those are the hot takes I'm not willing to take. I'm just like, if you haven't filled the bottles, are great.
They're great ideas. Yeah, but there's only so many things.
I'm going to use that as a jump into the next question. What's next for you? Sample bottles?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
In all seriousness. Yeah. Okay. In all seriousness, I am working on a 4th flavor.
Nice.
It is very involved because I am drawn by inspiration by my father's childhood, and I'm trying to bring over a very authentic ingredient. And I've been working really closely, and like Claire, your talk about farmers in Vermont has really I'm so saddened by how hard it is for farmers to hold on to what they do and how hard they work and how so much of it is out of their control. I actually made a sauce. I met a sauce maker. Edit. I made him.
Well, if one of your children becomes a sauce maker.
Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers, is brought to you by Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces. I'm Spike, the owner and executive saucier. Our sauces are handmade in the Pacific Northwest using the best possible ingredient. We believe that hot sauce equates to a balance of sensational heat coupled with a robust and complex flavor profile. Live your hottest life with Irish Spikes. Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces are available at saucecult.com.
I met a sauce maker in the Philippines, and he's actually the inspiration behind our fourth flavor. He was like, I love making this, and I can't do it anymore. He was sourcing from a farm, chili peppers from a farm, and it was a farm that was devastated by one of the typhoons over there. And he makes one of the best sauces I've ever had in my life. Like, I literally was like, how do I get the ingredients to you so I can make it for my own collection in my house? And I had him make me 10 750 milliliter bottles of it. And I literally just have them in my house. But I was like, it's a shame that you're not making sauce. And he's like, I can't source the peppers in the volume that I need. And I don't have enough money to and I my mission is to find a way to get information. There are a lot of resources out there for Filipino farmers, but the work is difficult out there. It's a lot easier to take a remote job and find a space where you can get good access to internet. A lot of people are selling their farmlands to be developed into different things. There's just a lot happening over there where I'm like, I feel like the country's natural beauty is going to diminish because we are not able to do the slow processes. We are not able to do the slow processes that give us the authentic flavors that make the foods that we love. So I'm working on a specific ingredient from the Philippines, trying to get it over here with a plan. With the Philippines, they have an authority for coconuts over there.
That's awesome.
So it's a government agency that has resources for farmers. So I'm working on a project to get information to different farmers to be able to get this ingredient over. But it's
But
awesome.
now it's got to be really hard too.
It's real. Yeah. With everything that's been happening. So my main focus is to at least try to get things moving over there so that people can, if I can find a way to green light this over here, that people can have a steady source of income and maybe make their farmlands it's something that could help subsidize some hard work. And so I'm trying to connect. And it's really tough. As a Filipino American, people are like, who are you? And why do you want to do this? And I'm like, I really care about this place. I know I wasn't born here, but my dad was, and I hear the stories about what it was like when he was a kid. And when I was a kid visiting here, and I care about preserving things that make this place so unique. And I don't think that it's easy for farmers to be able to stand up for themselves and their livelihood. And sometimes you end up giving up a family legacy because you have to make ends meet. And I think I want to show people how to do things so that they can have really high quality resources so that the things that they do is better. It's not for me. At first it was a selfish problem. It was I want an ingredient, but then it was I went down to the bottom of it and I was finding out that makers over there were having a hard time getting this ingredient. So I was like, well, let's all get some.
So is it it's hard for them to grow it, or they don't know that there's buyers for it, or like what makes it difficult?
I think there isn't connectivity from the farms to the facilities, and there isn't a facility big enough to be able to process. So it's just a matter of getting a facility accredited to make that volume of stuff. And so I've been like, and I don't speak the language, my dad does. So it's like going through translator, and it's me and my cousins and my dad. And I'm just like, everyone, this is the vision. Everyone get on board with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I'm hoping like within the next year that I'll have a prototype and you'll be tasting it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's something that like it's been a big dream of mine for at least the last 2 years. And I don't want to do it unless I do it right. So, I hope I've been vague enough.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So
but it's in all honesty, it's been a long day of talking for me. In all honesty, it's like it's so personal to me to like make it what I believe it can be, that I need to bring this ingredient over here to be able to do it. Like I could fake it. I could totally fake it, but then I would know that I was faking it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, it's like, you could probably combine different things to like, you can make a table wine with different reds, but I really I want to be like the person that like does it like authentically. And if I'm not the first, then congrats to that person that figured out all the things.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Laura, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I do. I was thinking about this entire time. What's your best burn on your skin? I have a new one. It's on my
I think I've been burnt enough that I also am not actively in the kitchen at this point. But so I don't get burnt. Like I get burnt, but I don't get scars that easily from burns. At some point that changed. I do have old burns from like, for some reason, this spot was a spot that I got multiple burns on, and they're all like parallel to each other too. And they're from like my childhood, which is your skin supposed to replace itself every 7 years or something? But I get burns there. And then I've also, this finger I've cut off the edge of this finger like 3 or 4 times, and fingertips regrow. Like your whole fingerprint, fingertips, everything will regrow. And I remember telling that to my ex-boyfriend that, fingertips will regrow. And he's like, no, we're not lizards. Like, we don't regrow dip. And then I was cooking dinner once for him, and I cut off my fingertip, and I was like still bleeding and everything. And I was like, see, look at what it looks like now. And and I'll show you, it'll regrow. And it did.
That's amazing.
And that is so you, Claire.
That's so you. You're like, this is a learning moment.
I wish Zach were here for this one. Oh my God. That's awesome. Wow.
I feel like my husband would be like, "Yup,"
and that's why he's your husband.
Yeah. I've never shown him my bloody fingers, but not to
Spike. Any good burns?
No, I don't. I try to make sure I don't go in the kitchen as much anymore. I have a couple of great employees that they are just the best, and so lucky to have them, and they're kind of like on this journey with us. It's been fantastic.
That's amazing.
So see? I'm trying to
look at that. This is something for me to aspire to.
Yeah,
like days since last burn.
Yeah, there you
85
go.
for me.
Well, if we're talking about bad kitchen injuries, I had an employee who stumbled on the anti-fatigue mat on the floor and was holding a glass bottle in his hand. And he got 2 deep cuts in the base of his thumb, and it severed his tendon in 2 places.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so painful.
Yeah. I have to get an update from him because I haven't seen him in like it's been a few weeks at this point. But last time I saw him, he still didn't have independent movement in his thumb.
Oh, gosh.
So.
And like it's, as a mother, like I constantly am thinking about these, like, and then if they do this, and like I feel like the children don't see the full accident in motion. Like my eldest has this thing. He's like, I'm always careful. And I'm like, I'm just like,
I was just having a conversation with Viv, our shipping manager, and I was telling them, I don't want you picking up the really heavy boxes from the floor. We need to have them up on tables to start with when you're packing them.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, and they're really short, stocky. I love you, Viv. And they're a powerhouse. I mean, they will keep going and going, but I said that back of yours is not going to last forever.
No.
We're going to get you a
It's
table.
always my younger employees that injure their backs.
Yeah.
Like my older ones are like, nope, I know this. I've done it. Not doing it again.
Yep. No. And I guess maybe it isn't an age thing. Maybe I'm just like, oh, these are things that I could have looked out for myself. Like, but truly, like with my children, I'm like, please.
Yeah.
So we've got a speed round. These are fast questions.
I kind of like that I didn't prepare for this.
All right. So this is fun. Just silly. Some are not silly. They're good questions, but some of them are just silly questions. Feel free to not answer any of these, but the idea is to go through fast. You win the lottery. What's the first hot sauce related thing you buy?
A facility.
Awesome. If you had to give up the hot sauce business, and I'm going to say and music just to get to know you better, but you could do anything else, what would you do?
I would open up a creative artist retreat in the Philippines.
I love that. You get to use one sauce for the rest of your life, not yours. It's Desert Island hot sauce. Only one. What would it be?
Queso sin queso. I love that sauce. Have you seen
I've had
it's
that.
No.
Canadian? Oh my gosh. It was season 23,
yes.
number 5.
I
Season
saw
23,
it.
number 5
I
in
haven't
Hot
had
Ones.
it. Yeah.
I like was at the store and I was my brother's a vegan and I was so curious. I was like, I really just want to taste what it's like. And like my husband and I went through that bottle so fast. It was shocking. I was like, I can't believe, and we are the least vegan of any vegan. Like we're like, I will put cheese on cheese on cheese and then put sour cream on top. But I mean, I talked to you about mustard. So like this queso sin queso, like it's exactly the heat, like exactly what I want to put on anything, and it doesn't like it serves as cheese. But it also is a hot sauce. So.
I'm going to have to order some.
So good. It's so good.
I think I have some.
I think you should eat it.
Clearly.
Next hot sauce show and tell. If you had a sandwich named after you, what would be in it, and what type of heat would you use?
It would be a medium rare steak sandwich with a long hot Italian pepper, caramelized onions, and some sort of sweet, but I don't know what it is.
I love that. It was like, boom, came right out. It's like you planned that.
I don't know these questions already.
That's awesome. If you could go back in time and change one thing about your business journey, what would it be?
Oh my God, I would go to business school.
That's great. I love that.
I know quite a number of entrepreneurs that have sold their business and then gone to business school before they start their next one.
I mean, yeah, like there are so many things where people are like, girl, you got to get this in order. I'm like, do you know where I started?
Yeah.
I was a newlywed.
Yeah, it's so hard. I have no clue what I'm doing most of the time. If you, let's see, what is the best business advice you've been given?
Oh, that's I guess, ask questions. I think it's like, just ask questions. 'Cause like, you don't know everything. So
ask
just
clear questions.
Ask clear questions. Yeah. And also like, don't expect answers. Like, you know, some people don't have answers and some people don't want to give you answers. So, and not everyone owes you an answer, but you're like entitled to ask questions. And most people do have an answer. So,
let's see. If you had to fight another hot sauce company owner, physically fight, who would it be and would you win?
Can I say who I don't want to fight?
However you want to answer this.
Diana Bashara, because she always has amazing nails, and I feel like she would win. And she's like my bestie, but she would hurt me.
But you could break the nails and take them with you.
I guess so, but like, but they're so beautiful and nice.
They are
like,
so beautiful. That was incredible.
Like I'm like, look at my, because I'm a musician, my nails are like they're so short all the time. So I always look at her nails. I'm like, how?
I feel like it is like a sign of ridiculous indulgence to have a food business and have nails like that.
Yeah,
like that is like being like, that is like wearing like a 7-inch heel.
Yeah,
like that is just...
and it's her signature. Like whenever we're talking and I see her nails, I'm like, oh, like I would love to do that. But I don't want to fight her because I know she'd take me out with those nails.
There you go. Yeah. If you could collaborate with any hot sauce company, who would it be?
I've been wanting to collaborate with you, Claire.
Yeah. Yes.
So
we'll figure it out.
I want that sauce.
Yeah. Let's make an iridescent rainbow hot sauce.
Well, so we do a sparkle sauce. It's well, I just lost the flag, but I don't know if you can see the sparkles.
Yeah,
I see
edible
it.
glitter with sparkle sriracha.
Okay.
And we're getting ready to make this year's batch of sparkle sriracha.
Wow.
So, yeah. And there is a whole world of edible glitter in all different colors.
Let's see. If you had to pare down to only one sauce from your line, what would it be?
Original. Our original sauce is it's my childhood. It's my dad's childhood.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. If your brand were a cave person, a cave woman, would it be a hunter or a gatherer, and why?
It would be a gatherer because we're very like methodical, and we don't the things come to us. Like our business came to us. Like we like take our resources and we're like, what can we do with what we have? We're very scrappy.
That's awesome.
Like I can't believe that you thought that I co-packed everything. I was like,
well, I just assumed if they came to you like, that's a big turn.
Yes.
So that's amazing.
It was a big turn.
Like, that is huge. I can't believe you did that. That's really impressive. Describe your favorite hot sauce from your line. This is going to be an easy one. Without saying a single ingredient or heat level.
Wait, sorry. One more time question.
So describe your favorite hot sauce, from your line, without saying a single ingredient or heat level.
Bright, zesty, perfect with a breakfast sandwich. Great as a marinade or a salad dressing.
I love it. I have not had your sauce, so I'm getting...
I know. I was like, how? I need to send you some.
You want to do a trade?
Yeah, I would do a trade.
Oh,
I haven't had your sauce.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll just have you pick. I've got a lot.
Yeah, I'm still scrappy with 3.
Insane right now. I'm in the middle of... It's up to 25.
Are you selling all 25 of them?
I'm just making 25 this year. We've already got like 30 some sauces.
Audience, my jaw is to the ground.
I am legitimately insane at this point.
I think that's great. I feel like you can't do this unless you're legitimately insane. Like people will always be like, Laura, like you're doing so much. I'm like, I'm unhinged. Like someone has to stop me.
Whenever I've got like a new project or a new thing that has come down the pipeline, I feel like my staff starts freaking out. And I'm like, but this is fun.
Could you imagine if all the benevolent like idea people came together and we were like, well, we could do everything.
Yeah.
It would be so much fun.
My biggest problem, and I figured this out, Claire, my biggest problem is that so I've been doing this new thing. We're kind of known for the art on our bottles. And so I've been working with the artists. I have the idea for a sauce, and then I talk to them about their culinary likes and dislikes. And as they're creating the label, I'm creating the sauce.
Oh, I love that.
The problem is I keep coming across these great new artists, and they're all like in various, levels of needing to work. And so I find a reason to create a sauce. And so that's kind of
we really all have very similar like personality flaws. I feel like we're just like we're like, but everyone could have everything. Couldn't
we can just do all the things.
Yeah,
like, just do all the things. It's fine.
All right. Next question is, this is my favorite question. If Pepto-Bismol asked you to make a hot sauce, actually using Pepto-Bismol, what flavors would you use and what kind of heat would you use?
Okay. I guess we're going bubblegum, and we're going to have to put some fruit action in there because I feel it like you want to like counteract the like sugary sweetness of that. Yeah. So maybe you could like pop some strawberry in there to like kind of sweeten the pot, like mask over that like medicinalness. Yeah. And then on top of the strawberry, I guess the heat level, you could do a habanero because those have like a fruity heat to it.
I like that.
They kind of like whenever I use habanero, people are like, oh, that I do a lot of like make your own sauce events because I'm insane. And like, it's just to like regular people who come off the street and they're like, I want to make my own hot sauce. So habanero people are always like, is there mango in this? I'm like, no, it's just habanero. Like you think for some reason when you eat habanero, you think mango. So habanero, because I feel like that also, if you got the right color habanero, it would offset the like pink, the strawberry pink and the habanero pink. The habanero like orangey yellow would kind of like offset the like purpley pink of the Pepto-Bismol. You get a more natural pink. And then you would need to add, I'm sorry. Okay, so we've got our fruit, we've got our heat, and we have to add an acid, and maybe it's like a blood orange.
Oh,
because
that's a nice move.
Because I'm not going to put vinegar and Pepto-Bismol together. Yikes, my friend. Yikes. Okay,
that's
so we've
awesome.
got citrus, a fruit, and a habanero. Yeah,
although it's like mint. I don't know if you want.
Is that mint Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, there's mint in. It's like
you don't want mint and orange.
No. Oh gosh. Okay. What do you?
I mean, there's citric acid.
Yeah, you could do citric acid. And but I'm feeling like lemon and mint. Like lemon and mint would be
strawberry, lemon, mint,
or lime. Like
strawberry, lime, mint.
Actually, that's not
terrible. Isn't that a cocktail?
I think
it's like
so.
Lime and mint.
So maybe it's it's like whatever that cocktail's name is the name of the hot sauce.
There we go.
The Pepto-Bismol, that cocktail's name is my
just
Pepto-Bismol.
Waiting for Pepto-Bismol to hit us up about being our sponsor.
Honestly, I tried to do this with Polar Seltzer. I like trolled them for years on the internet, and it was just for like me. I was like, just be my sponsor because I love all of your seltzers, and they were like. They never reposted. They just never.
I tried to do something like that with Duke's Mayo. They wouldn't have it either.
Yeah. They're like, who the heck is this girl? Who the heck is Spike?
Well, guess what? That's it. We're done.
That was so fun.
This was a lot of fun. This was so much fun. This was great.
Oh, what a
And
great...
I needed this today. I was in an awful mood when we started, and thank you so much for lifting my mood. Just was for no reason. Thank you.
I think it's one of those weeks. There's like one of the makers I was working with today was like, I think I'm in retrograde. I don't think it's any of the planets. And I was like, that can happen. Oh, that's a brand shout out. He's a bean to bar chocolate maker. His name is Rigoberto, and he has amazing glasses. I see your glasses, Spike. He and his partner Aaron, they always have the sickest glasses, but they make this incredible Mexican bean to bar chocolate that I will shout off the rooftops for. I'll send you all the links to their stuff. But yeah, he's another one of my kitchen brothers.
Awesome.
That's so great.
Yeah, but he's in retrograde right now, so
aren't we all?
Yeah, but I think that it's been a really hard Q1. It's felt like years. Yeah. I heard a newscaster say, "Oh, the wildfires that happened last year." I was like, "Honey, that was beginning of Q1 this year." This year has felt like 6 years, and it's tough. So. I'm glad that I could bring a little levity to your
Thank you. Yeah, no, this is one of the best interviews we've had in a very long time. We've had some great ones.
You're both so creative. I have to listen to this podcast now because it's like, it's absolutely my favorite way of thinking is just like these questions that kind of like offset you and, you know, send your mind in a different direction. Cause like you can't be a leader or an entrepreneur if your ideas are already like stuck in the ground. You have to like, you have to have things whizzing by you.
Yeah. And you just have, you have to keep digesting constantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been a Spike Mind Media production.